Giving the leftists and the anti-whites a taste of their own medicine may be the only way to possibly get them to cease and desist from destroying our country and our culture. And this Texas teacher just got a visit from the Karma Police, and her situation is making headlines across the country, which makes it even better. Texas teacher loses job after complaining that her sister was dating a white man, and posted on social media that she enjoys being an anti-white.
The Mesquite ISD says a black elementary school teacher being investigated for racist posts on social media abruptly resigned.
Resigned meaning she was about to get fired, and hoped that by resigning instead that would help her future career prospects by not having that on her record. But it turns out that's not going to work because she's already making headlines across the country.
The district says the now former first grade teacher at Thompson Elementary School will also never be allowed to work at that district again.
Now, Mesquite ISD says that they were made aware of the posts yesterday afternoon around 4 p.m. Now, some Mesquite parents, they forwarded us emails of now deleted posts from this teacher saying that they are disturbing.
Yes, anti-whiteism is disturbing, and it's great to see so many white people finally standing up against it instead of cowering by silently out of fear that they'll be called racists or Nazis. Newsweek magazine is trying to do damage control and protect her with the headline saying, "Black teacher resigns after making, quote, racist comments about white people," and saying that they were comments that were deemed racist. This CBS Austin article, however, is quite a bit more accurate. Black supremacist elementary school teacher removed by district over racist social media posts. A Texas elementary school teacher who refers to herself as a black supremacist has been removed from her school district after sparking outrage with offensive social media posts directed towards white people. In screenshots shared by X users, formerly known as Twitter, the teacher seemingly discussed, she did, there's no seemingly about it, her sister's relationship with a white man on the platform. At least they did capitalize the word white in white man, calling it the biggest disappointment that she has ever seen. The teacher referred to herself as a black supremacist in the bio of her X account. And there's a screenshot of it. The boldness of these people. And if you're a black person who works at Best Buy, or a Hispanic, or an Asian, or a Pacific Islander, then they want to train you for leadership positions. But sorry, white people, you need not apply. James O'Keefe, I think, broke this story, posted these screenshots about their new anti-white training program to try to have more diversity, which of course is a code word for less white people in management in the company. It's a little bit hard to read because it wasn't a screenshot. Somebody took a picture of their laptop screen with their phone and the text is pretty small. But it says, "We're excited to announce awesome news about the McKinsey Professional Development Programs. As part of Best Buy's commitment to develop and support our employees, we've partnered with McKinsey & Company to offer McKinsey Leadership Programs." And it just goes on to explain what it is. And then it says here, "Candidates for the program must meet the requirements below. Currently working in an exempt salaried role, whatever that is, have worked more than 1 year in the current role at Best Buy. Identify as Black, Latino, Hispanic, Asian, or Pacific Islander." Might as well just say no whites allowed. It would have been easier. So I'm looking forward to Best Buy getting sued, just like Starbucks did when they fired a white regional manager trying to appease the Black Lives Matter mob. And she was awarded $25 million by a jury recently. Remember Stephen Miller? He was an advisor to President Trump who was sadly only allowed on CNN one time because he humiliated Jake Tapeworm right to his face. Well, he is involved with a law firm now called America First Legal. And this is the kind of fantastic work that they're doing. And I have a feeling that they're going to be involved with a lawsuit against Best Buy because, well, get a load of this.
When did racism against white people become okay? Joe Biden put white people last in line for COVID relief funds. Kamala Harris said disaster aid should go to non-white citizens first. Liberal politicians block access to medicine based on skin color. Progressive corporations, airlines, universities all openly discriminate against white Americans. Racism is always wrong. The left's anti-white bigotry must stop. We are all entitled to equal treatment under law. America First Legal paid for this ad.
An ad like this 5 years ago would have been unthinkable. 2 years ago, it would have been unthinkable. But the anti-whiteism is so pervasive now that even most people who've been afraid to say anything about it, even though it's been obvious for years, because standing up for the interest of white people is one of the biggest taboos, they can't help but point it out and push back against it because white people are under such attack now. The oppressed have become the oppressors. They slowly gained more and more power, but instead of wanting equality or a colorblind society, many of them want revenge, and they're very spiteful and envious of white people. This is such a sensitive topic that most people still have a hard time touching it, and so, of course, there's an entire chapter on it in my new book, which is coming out sometime near the end of the year. In the book, I'm going to introduce you to some new terminology, some new concepts, and some little-known facts that no mainstream, brand name, supposed conservative personality will dare even hint at. It's a surprise release, so I don't have a release date. Just one day near the end of the year, I'm going to announce it, and it's going to be fantastic. What else is fantastic is since Elon took over Twitter and loosened the rules, still sad, of course, that Alex Jones and Gavin McInnes and numerous other high-profile, controversial individuals are still not allowed on his supposed free speech platform. But he did loosen the rules. It is a freer speech platform. And it is fantastic to see a lot of these new accounts popping up and gaining popularity that are exposing the systemic anti-whiteism in America and around the world. Accounts like this, which I just found today, called Shaniqua Posting Delusions, which says, remember how the Stop Asian Hate movement collapsed 2 days after its birth because surveillance cameras showed that those attacking 70-year-old Asian ladies weren't white? And this one, Anti-White Watch, which does a great job raising awareness of the systemic anti-whiteism around the world. BIPOC Doing Racism is another one. BIPOC means Black, Indigenous, and People of Color. Of course, they never would do anything anti-white at all, right? So there's an entire account dedicated to exposing their anti-whiteism with over 80,000 followers now. And with headlines like this, Gen Z will be the last generation with a white majority in the United States, study finds, and Latinos now officially outnumber white people in Texas, according to the census data. They're finally admitting this. White people have been a minority in Texas for years because of all the illegal aliens. White people have been a minority in California for years, in New Mexico for years. They're trending to be minority in several other states soon. It's, I think, Nevada, Maryland, Hawaii even. And so you're only supposed to talk about that as if it's an exciting transformation of the country. Otherwise, if you're not excited to become a minority as a white person, then of course you're called a white nationalist or a Nazi. All of that may or may not be covered in my new book when it comes out sometime around the end of the year, which you definitely have to get. But until then, what do you think of my new Hey Liberals, Leave Them Kids Alone shirt, which you should order from markdice.com or click the link in the description below and check them out.